Hello everyone. This is Deep Mehta, associated with India's first startup university as a startup affairs and outreach head. 5-10 years ago, I have never imagined to have any university of our country which exclusively focus and work dedicatedly on startup and entrepreneurship. But yes, fortunately, I can say today we have Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University. Let me begin with the Startup India. It is a flagship initiative of the Government of India with an intention to catalyze startup culture, build a strong and inclusive ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship in India. Since the launch of the initiative on 16 January 2016, Startup India has rolled out several programs with the clear objective of supporting the entrepreneurs and transforming India into a country of job creators instead of a job seekers. It is an indeed proud and gratifying feeling to welcome all of you, including budding entrepreneurs and young students, on Swarrnim University's official Facebook page. We are here today to discover the insight and unsung part of scopes of startup lying in the various fields. Swarrnim University is known for taking various initiatives to inspire, encourage, and support to budding entrepreneurs through well-established startup ecosystem that is having with the Swarrnim Incubation Center. I am sharing the recent example hereby that pre-Diwali, we have successfully executed Vocal for Local event through offline and online modes. And my dear friends, I would like to mention that we have inaugurated before that, we have inaugurated Mind to Market Toy Innovation Challenge event in October month with the support of iHub, Government of Gujarat, CIMSME, and Toy Manufacturing Association of India. The inspiring environment of the campus in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, along with Swarrnim Incubation Center, allows students to explore, validate, and launch their business ideas. Our vision is to become a globally competent institution imparting education based on the foundation of innovation and entrepreneurship. Now, quickly, I would like to go with the major highlights. That is, we are international academic partner of study in Gujarat, an initiative of Government of Gujarat to make the state as an education hub. During the roadshows, we have participated with Government of Gujarat as a delegation in UAE, Muscat, Kenya, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Kuwait, and in many places at national level. We have ranked the top 4 private universities of Gujarat and top 100 private universities of India under Atal Ranking of Institution on Innovation Achievement 2020, ranking announced by Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Naidu ji on 18th August 2020. We are awarded as Best University of Year 2019 for Entrepreneurship Development and Education in India at Conference 2019 held in Bengaluru. We are awarded as Best Innovation University at National Startup Summit in 2017 held in Gujarat. With a proud, I would like to mention we have more than 70 plus MOU, working MOU with the industries, national and international university. At present, we have more than 30 plus startup incubated till date. Now moving toward the today's event, I must say it is the need of the hour to have such talk show with the industry stalwarts, industry dignitaries on startup scopes on various fields. Today we have with us Honorable Dr. Karthik Jain sir as a chief guest of the program. Dr. Karthik Jain is one of the youngest and preeminent strategists and educationalists of his generation. He always gives his audience a new way to see the world and to understand the reality behind. Currently, he is associated with Swarrnim Startup Innovation University, Gandhinagar as a provost. He holds doctorate in management with special focus on business policy and strategic management. His research work is well appreciated, wherein he designed and formulated a university management system for setting up of education strategic process for achieving total quality management with reference to international organization for standardization. He was a key contributor in introducing the platform of MOOCs in the state of Gujarat through Pre-Vibrant Gujarat Summit 2014. He believes in boundaryless internalization of education, and to attain his objective, he has signed MOU with various international universities across the globe in his current and previous capacity as a provost. He has introduced and executed various new concepts in Swarrnim University, such as E-Faculty Development Program, E-Student Development Program, Swarrnim Talk, Swarrnim Tech Talk 1, E-Alumni Meet, Swarrnim E-Learning, and online education. And the list is so very long. He specialized in the development and implementation of technology-based educational system in accordance with the regulatory framework of UGC, NEC, and other statutory authorities. He is having versatile and rich experience in business policy and strategic management, information technology management. Now moving toward the next panel member from pharmacy field, we have Dr. Divyakant Patel sir. Presently, Dr. D.K. Patel is associated as in charge principal of Aryan School of Pharmacy. Dr. D.K. Patel is having more than 15 years of teaching experience. He did his PhD from Jodhpur National University, Rajasthan. He did his MPharm from Dr. MGR Medical University, Chennai with distinctions. Dr. D.K. Patel sir has published more than 15 research articles in reputed national and international journals. Through his tireless and visionary valuable work, he has received total 11 lakhs of grant from DST Delhi on individual capacity for the various projects. He is actively involved in startup activity, patent, guest speaker at various education institutes. We have with us panel member Dr. Nilesh Patel, who is principal of Swarrnim Institute of Technology. He is also a professor and head electrical engineering department. He holds doctorate in engineering, electrical engineering with a specialization in power system. He did MTech electrical engineering from Allahabad. He is possessing more than 20 years of academic experience. I must say, he is very engaged and actively contributing in the project review guidance, startup policies, organizing various development activities for the students. Our next panel member is Dr. Hemant Chobe, principal of Swarrnim Science College. Dr. Chobe is having more than 11 years of experience in academic and research field. He is part of international reviewer in Indian Journal of Pure and Applied Physics. He has published more than 12 international publications. He has attended more than 40 plus national and international seminar workshop as a participant and as a speaker capacity. He is active member of Indian Association of Physics Teachers. He is role model, especially thousands of science stream students. We have with us from physiotherapy department, Dr. Hitashri Upadhyay. Dr. Hitashri Upadhyay is holding Bachelor of Physiotherapy degree. She is also a yoga teacher. She is possessing very good experience as orthopedic physiotherapist. Recently, she was a chief coordinator of the first virtual international conference on spine organized by Venus Institute of Physiotherapy, where more than 10 plus countries physiotherapy experts were present. She has treated thousands of patients using all electrotherapy modalities such as laser, robotic, shockwave therapy, spinal decompression therapy system, Huber, as well as exercise therapy and yoga. Currently, she is working as a clinical therapist at Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University. Our next panelist is Dr. Vaibhav Badane from Ayurveda department. Dr. Vaibhav is MD Ayurveda. Presently, he is working as an associate professor with Arihant Ayurvedic Medical College and Research Institute, Gandhinagar, which is affiliated with Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University. He studied in IPGT and RA, Jamnagar, Gujarat Institute for National Importance. Dr. Vaibhav has published paper in international journal. He is having 10 years plus clinical experience in field of Ayurveda. He is very active in startup, entrepreneurship, innovation, and research. I would like to present my warm welcome with a sincere gratitude to Honorable Chief Guest and panel member of today's event. Let me begin the talk show with the valuable wording and guidance by our Honorable Professor and Chief Guest, Dr. Karthik Jain. Sir, I would like to have asked you one question, and that is, India is considered as a land of startups. Sir, how you see the startup culture and ecosystem play a pivotal role in GDP and transforming life of the people?
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. I'm really thankful to you, Deep. And like you have asked really a very interesting question, because as far as I see to this particular question, I see this question not only includes the present scenario of startups, but it somewhere binds us to focus on previously what we have done. So before we start with discussing about this particular topic, I would just like to say few words about the startup ecosystem in ancient India. Okay, like it's well-known fact, the ancient Indian education system was best education system in the world before 1000 BC. What was there? We had a Gurukul system, and you need to remember one thing. At that moment of time, teachers were called gurus, not they were called teachers. Okay, शिक्षक और गुरु में बहुत difference है. Okay, so at that moment of time, teachers were used to called as gurus, and guru is something which gives you knowledge, a ocean of knowledge to all their respective students. Teacher is something which teaches you something. So there is a vast difference between teaching something and giving knowledge about a specific topic or about the whole lot of universe of knowledge. So we should know one thing, that particular system was based on Gurukuls, and students are supposed to leave their luxury of homes to join Gurukuls in the Guru's ashram, and they study there for around, you can say, 10 to 12 years. And beautiful thing about the entire system is that when they start learning the things, they learn things using practical exposure to lot of things. And if I talk about the gurus, the mentors of ashram, they were totally dedicated for the cause of education. But when Mughals invaded India, the entire Gurukul system was destroyed. So what was the solution at that moment of time? So at that moment of time, the Gurukuls and Gurus came out with a very unique solution, because what was happening, all the literature, all the manuscripts, all the leading books were destroyed by Mughals. And we know very well the incidents of Nalanda University and Takshila University, where these people burned the entire library, and that library burned for around 1 month and so. So you can very well imagine the magnitude of books those universities were having at that moment of time. So what was the solution when all your manuscripts and knowledge related things are destroyed? So they came out with a very good solution to that particular problem, and they asked in Guru Dakshina, if you are my student and you want to give me a Guru Dakshina, please remember the manuscripts which I am teaching you. तो उनका बोलना ये होता था कि आप मुझे गुरु दक्षिणा में केवल एक ही चीज दीजिए, और वो होती थी कि जो भी चीज मैंने आपको पढ़ाई है उसको कंठस्थ याद कर लीजिए, और उस चीज को आगे 10 स्टूडेंट्स को और कंठस्थ याद कराइए. तो what a beautiful system that was. Then Britishers came, they changed our entire system of education. Lord Macaulay was specifically can be blamed for that particular disintegration of our ancient education system into the new one, which we are still following. And nowadays, under the able leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, a new education policy has been introduced by Government of India. So somewhere, new education policy is the reincarnation of the old ancient education system we were having thousands of years back. So when we talk about startups, startups has always been an integral part of Indian education system in ancient time also and now also. In ancient time, it was a clear-cut system in gurukuls. If a student is studying with any gurukul, he has to come out with innovation in any field. And we have seen a lot of examples, lot of ancient stories where these kind of stories are well predicted and well versed by the authors. So now, if we talk about today's scenario, what is required and how India can become a power hub in the field of startups. I just would like to share one simple statistics with all of you. If we in each and every case, we take United States and European countries as a standards. Okay. If you take United States as a standard, you will find that around 85% of the startups of United States contribute around 70% GDP of United States. So what that it means? It simply means the persons who are involved in the startups with a mere staff strength of, let's say, 3 to 8 people, they are contributing approx for the 70+% for the GDP. So it simply means if a small team is there, their objective is clear, their idea is clear, and they have come out with a product, there is no way you can not sell the product, services, or idea in the market. It's bound to succeed in that particular market. The same way, that particular thing we should adopt in India, where we should encourage all small startups. We should focus on Atmanirbharta of small vendors. The thing you have told about the local to vocal Mela, which was organized by Swarrnim University a few days back. That was again a perfect example how education system can help local vendors for improving their sales. So that was one example. So when we talk about startups, you see universities have to play a crucial role in that particular thing, because unless until universities are serious about the startups ecosystem, we cannot do well in this particular category. So what is important? Important is that we as a teaching faculty, we as academia should start developing the interest of students in the field of startups. Because what will be there, we need to first focus about the problems, basic problems which we face right now. Why students are not interested in starting any ideas? Because they are worried what will be the finances, how they will manage things, what will happen once they are passed out. So all these questions are there in their mind. So unless until we solve all these questions, we are not going to successfully implement the concept of startups in the universities. So what we have to do in that particular case? Mentoring is the key to this particular problem. If we mentor students in a right way, with all proper guidance in terms of how you can generate the idea, how that idea is mentored by the university, what are the various processes involved in the journey of startups, how finance will be arranged, what will be the importance of co-founders and various other members in the startup, how you will sell your product in the market, how will you make branding activities of your product, how will you establish network. So once all these questions are clear in the mind of students, definitely no power can break or can stop the students from introducing their startup into the market. And when that is true, definitely they will start contributing towards the GDP of India. Again, a very small statistics. India is a country with 1.2 billion population. So, and out of which around 60% population is of youth. And let's say if 10% of this particular population is serious about startups, we can very well imagine the magnitude of contribution by those small startups in the GDP of India. So that is my thinking. Mentoring is very much required, and we we are supposed to fix. We need to fix processes, a very crystal clear processes for students in terms of startup, so that they are very much clear if they want to start any idea, or they want to incubate any startup idea into incubated one. They have to follow these processes. And I am sure with mentoring and a proper system of guidance to students, we will make that particular dream of our Honorable Prime Minister happen in near future, where all the small startups will be contributing more towards the national GDP of India. So I think this is it. Over to you, Deep. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your valuable guidance and so depth your knowledge into the subject. You mentioned very correctly about the startup processes, and for that, sir, Swarrnim Incubation Center has taken the initiative to establish and convey the clear startup processes to the budding entrepreneurs, so that they can come to the incubation center and they have the clear identity of the processes, like when to submit the idea, what is the proof of concept, how they go to that level, and where they can form for the company formation, what is the student startup and innovation policy. So we are very sure, sir, under your leadership, we can go to the next level. And thank you so much, sir, for sharing your guidance with our audience here. Now moving toward the next, before going to Dr. D.K. Patel, sir, who belongs to the pharmacy field. Let me share some of the brief things about pharmacy. Pharmacy is a booming sector these days. The Indian pharmaceutical industry is the third largest in the world by its volume. But however, despite this achievement, we are still highly dependent on the imports of the basic raw materials, bulk drugs that are used to produce medicines. Of course, the government of India is very dedicated to ensuring the delivery of affordable healthcare in the country, as well as ensuring that there is a steady supply of critical drugs. This has resulted in the launch of production-linked incentive scheme, as well as scheme for promotion of bulk drug parks. These schemes have been constructed to incentive large-scale manufacturing of critical bulk drugs to build the required infrastructure for developing manufacturing cluster across the India. This aligns with the government's mission for self-reliance, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now, my next question is to Honorable Dr. D.K. Patel, sir. Can you please share your views through broad experience you have in pharmacy field since more than 15-20 years? How startups are emerging and transforming the pharmacy sector?
First of all, good afternoon to all viewers, and Deep Sir and Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University. Thank you very much for inviting me for this wonderful talk. So, sir, I'll give you the answer of your question with the current situation of coronavirus pandemic puts the pressure on the pharma industry. And you know what, sir? Is there any house where medicines are not used? I think it's not possible. Every house are using the medicine. Since the lockdown, you know, sir, everybody is asking to pharma industry, means when the medicine will come, when the vaccine makes available to the people. So it's really a pressure to pharma industry. And for the chronic disease and on the many disease, the industry, these pharma industries are really working so hard. During lockdown, only the pharma industries were working, right? And I want to tell you, sir, now India is known as the pharmacy of the world. हम लोग कोई मेडिसिन लेने के लिए कोई फार्मेसी मेडिसिन स्टोर मेडिकल स्टोर में जाते हैं, so we know that it is a pharmacy. But now the world is coming to India for getting its medicine. मेडिसिन लेने के लिए वो इंडिया में आ रहा है. So now India is known as the pharmacy of the world, and the pharmaceutical industry is significantly contributing to healthcare globally. And really, it's an ocean of opportunities for pharma students. And thanks to Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University for providing such a platform to the pharma students and all other students also. So really the appreciable platform they are giving to the students of university and the other university also. I'll brief you regarding some government initiative has taken for the startups, sir. So our viewers can get benefit. You know what, sir? Ayushman Bharat Yojana. They implemented by the Indian government, and it is the world's largest health insurance providing to Indians. World's largest. And the new industrial policy implemented by the Indian government, in that lot of supports and the benefits given to startup. India, as you said, sir, India is leading in the world market as far as the formulation is concerned. But we are dependent on China. 80% of our API, we are dependent on China for what? API. And for API, we are importing 80% of drugs from China. So for that, the Indian government provides 1 lakh crore to boost the manufacturing of API to pharma industry. And that is really a big steps taken by the government of India. The second policy, the second initiative, that is entrepreneurship pharma park policy, is implemented by the Indian government, and that is good facility to new budding entrepreneurs. The third one, I'll see the Indian Industrial Policy 2020 Gujarat government, the pharmaceutical, they divided the sectors, the thrust area into two categories, into two groups. One is the core sectors, and the second one is the sunrise sector. The core sectors means what? They already have a strength in economy of Gujarat. And the sunrise means the newer technologies are coming, and they make the consider what we can say the development of the economy, like IoT base and AI base and the green industrial 4.0 and like that. So in Gujarat policy, industrial policy, MSME capital subsidiary, up to 25% of the eligible loan amount up to 35 lakhs they are providing to startup. For the seed support, it has been increased from 20 lakh to 30 lakhs for the seed support to startups. And a dedicated organization, Garud, has been formed by the state government to ensure the easy movement of the goods from inter and intra states to increase the exports. The next initiative, that is the repurposing of Ayurvedic products. You know, sir, we have ancient traditional knowledge. We have a rich flora and fauna in India, and we have an opportunity to start up in redesigning the Ayurvedic or herbal drugs into the modern and the novel herbal formulations, and a lot of demand of these herbal and Ayurvedic products into the European countries and the developed country also. They are expecting now our products. Not only in the manufacturing and the formulation of API, but we have an opportunity for startup in technology-based mobile applications development, the diagnostic devices, the medical devices, the testing kits, the software development, and the many more core areas there for the to start the startup, and that will definitely help our economy and the GDP. I'll give you a brief regarding some statistics so that our viewers can imagine what is the scope of startup in pharma and how the pharma transform the industry. So one thing is, I'll tell you, the pharma export from India reach more than 200 countries in the world. पूरे world में 200 country में हम exports करते हैं sir. The second one is, it is the top 10 formulation exporting countries in the world. As you said, 4th largest by the volume and 10th largest by the value. India is also the largest in generic exporter in the world. सबसे ज्यादा generic drugs we are producing, we are exporting to the world. India has consistently maintained a trade surplus since the year 2010 to 11. That is a good one. And the second highest number of US FDA approved facilities in India. And India is likely to become one of the top 3 pharmaceutical industries by 2030. India continues to play a substantial role in manufacturing high quality, cost-effective medicine for Indian and global markets. And the Department of Pharmaceuticals has estimated the current size of industry is about $50 billion US. So these are some statistics. So these are the statistics of till date. And you can imagine what in next 5 to 10 years we can do. Because the governments are highly focused on the startups. And I am blessed. I'm associated with Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University, where my students are blessed, where we get the platform for the startups. So I'll share you some of startups from my college. One of our students, Jagdish Patel, have developed the one product that is called Oroton, sir. And it is for the oral cancer. And he innovated the products. He came to college. We support, we mentor him, and they developed one product. And he innovated in the product design. And you know what, sir? Within 3 to 4 years, the single drug, single formulation reached to 15 crore of value within 3 to 4 years, sir. And till date means abhi bhi wo jab college mein aata hai to our faculties are supporting for how this formulation is useful for coronavirus. So that is really a wonderful dedicated faculty we have. We support our students. The second pharmacy that startups established in our college, in Aryan School of Pharmacy, where we have given them the space, and they use our resources and they grow like anything. The one GTU startup, the Sparrow, they have prepared one formulation that is Hempoin, and they have prepared one formulation Hempoin, and it is nowadays the single formulation is used for immunity boosters. It is used as an antiviral. It is highly effective in corona virus. So what I mean to say is, you just focus on particular one area. If you do the startup and if you prepared only one formulation that is the need of the society, then definitely you will grow. Means सब जगह पे नहीं कर रहा है, but you select according to the problem of the society. You select any one area where the society get problem. So find out that problems and work on that problems and come up with the any solution, and definitely the society will accept you. So there are other many startups, but the time is
yes, we actually would love to hear things from you, because these all are the through your years of experience you are sharing with us with just span of time. It is our honor to have your valuable guidance. The student, I am very much sure the pharmacy students who are attending this program will have a lot of things to take them with them. But definitely, sir, we would come back to you soon. We have other panelist member, so I am moving toward them. Yeah. So, as you know, Dr. D.K. Patel sir has mentioned inside story, so many government so many initiatives taken by the Indian government, and where the pharmacy sector is reached at this present level, it is indeed a proud moment for all of us. Now, moving toward the next things, I would like to have a question, ask the question to Dr. Nilesh Patel sir. But before that, I would like to brief something about the pharmacy and research sector. India has ranked 52nd in the Global Innovation Index 2019 and 50th on the gross expenditure in research and development. The government, Indian government, is extensively promoting research parks, technology business incubators, which would promote the innovative ideas till they become the commercial ventures. India's gross expenditure in research and development was forecast to reach 96.50 billion US dollar in 2020. And can you guess what? By 2020, research and development expenditure is targeted to reach at least 2% of the country's GDP. I am repeating, at least 2% of the entire country's GDP. India's National Artificial Intelligence Survey prepared by Niti Aayog outlined a way forward to harness the potential of AI in different fields. Moreover, nanotechnology is expected to transform India's pharmaceutical industry. The agriculture sector is also likely to undergo a major revamp, with the government investing heavily for a technology-driven green revolution. Now, based on these facts and the figures, I would like to ask Dr. Nilesh Patel, sir, how India can be the global hub for the manufacturing. Please also share the major transformation in science and technology sector comparing last 10-15 years.
Okay, first of all, good afternoon to all. Thank you, Swarrnim startup team, for this invitation. Okay, so the question is how the India could be a manufacturing global hub. So definitely India has the potential to be a global hub for manufacturing. See, the pioneer steps had been taken by the government of India regarding this before a few years. And nowadays, if we talk about the particular output of these steps, so let me talk about the first step taken by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi sir regarding the Make in India. So that Make in India initiative has developed so many skilled manpower in the India. Actually, see, the fundamental thing required to be a manufacturing hub is the skilled manpower. And due to this Make in India initiative, India is having a pool of large skilled manpower in India. So this is nowadays strong, or we can say this is the strength of India for becoming the global manufacturing hub. This is first thing. Second thing, see, the steps are taken. After that, still government of India is trying to make this foundation more stronger. And if we look into the past, after this post-COVID situation, means in May 2020, again the government of India has initiated the Atmanirbhar Yojana. Basically, that Yojana Abhiyan is basically for a self-reliant India movement. Basically, we are trying to reduce the dependency of the supply chain from other countries. So, see, to be a Atmanirbhar India, basically this idea will cultivate the habit of generating the manufacturing investment. So basically for this Abhiyan, indirectly we are strengthening our manufacturing skills over here. So that would be the another milestone achieved by the government of India to develop the India as the global manufacturing hub. So definitely, from my perception, within some span of time, we will be manufacturing hub in the world. And though we have some challenges over here, but the current government is focusing on these all challenges, and definitely we would be in a good position after a few years. Now, second question, as far as this major developments in science and technology are concerned, I must focus, as I'm from background of technology. See, in last 1 decade, there is tremendous change in the technology. When all we are feeling before, means this decade has remarkable growth in the technology. If we say the first technology means the mobile technology has upgraded from 3G to 4G networks in last decade. And all of you know, 4G networks has proven its ability, right? Everything has been transferred online. Actually, from 3G to 4G, basically, technically, the speed of the data transfer has been increased 10 times. So that speed has indirectly increased the flow of communication. And that flow of communication is interacted in all aspects of the life. So basically, this mobile technology is the first major development in the last decade, that is from 3G to 4G. And in the coming years, 5G is going to be here. So we can see the potential in the technology-based reforms in the India or in the world also. Second major development in technology, that is the internet technology that brought the social media, means that our social media brought our lives online. Nowadays, everything online. All human beings are sparing more than 10 times more time on their gadgets. So that is another technological development we are observing. One more thing, as startups are concerned, I would also like to share with the viewers that in electrical engineering, there is one major development. There are many developments, but from my perception, the major development is electrical vehicles. Actually, electrical vehicles became competitive with internal combustion engine. Internal combustion engines means our conventional vehicles, cars which are moving on that engine. So now electrical vehicles are compatible with IC engines. It means that in the coming days, electrical vehicle would be the prominent device, means the automobile matter, means that will help the whole automobile sector. So there are tremendous scope in electrical vehicles as far as startups and the research are concerned in technology. Another thing in the last decade we have seen about the major development in technology is the artificial intelligence. Nowadays, we are in a stage to implement the artificial intelligence in various applications. And as we have seen the robot movie, Radni sir, right? So means it has potential, means the applications are infinite when AI can be implemented. So that would be boost in the technology also. So few more, for example, if we talk about this cloud computing is being used for data storage. So that has also reformed the technology sector. So all these are the major technology sectors in last decade.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Nilesh Patel sir, for sharing his expert views on the question which we have asked. The major transformation in the science and technology. Totally agree, sir. The change we could see. Nobody could imagine before 10 years through the Paytm or the transaction is so easy, just a click away, and you can transfer the thousands of or lakhs rupees to the other people. Internet banking, digital banking, Uber, the transportation and commuting will be so easy. Online purchasing. So a lot of transformation have been taken place considering the last many years. Thank you so much, sir. Be here. We will communicate. We will have again with you the questions round very soon. Now moving toward the next question to our next panel member, Dr. Hemant Chaube, sir, who is a principal of Swarrnim Science College. Sir, please brief the key points of Science, Technology and Innovation Policy 2020 declared by Government of India. Because what happened most of the time, the policies have been formed, it has been declared, but probably the target audience, the budding entrepreneurs, the students are not aware. So can you please share the key point areas, sir, which the entrepreneur students must not avoid?
Sure. First of all, a very good afternoon, one and all present in today's session. And I am very much thankful to Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University for giving me a chance to express some insights of STIP. Now, before start anything, recently I would like to share that Office of Principal Scientific Advisor of Government of India, along with Department of Science and Technology, DST, have jointly initiated the formulation of new National Science, Technology and Innovation Policy, STIP 2020. And before I share or before I go to insight of key points, let me tell you something about the landmarks, because it is not the first STIP which is laying down. So first I would say that when India became republic in 1950, hardly in India there were around 20 universities and hardly around 200 colleges with literacy rate of below 18%. So there was nothing about science and technology, nothing about research institutes, nowhere. But in the 1958, very first time, Scientific Policy Resolution, SPR, were laid down by Government of India. And it was the first major science policy that can be tracked in 1958. And then after over the years, the second was led by Government of India in 1983. The name was a bit different. It was TPS, that means Technology Policy Statement. And the primary feature of TPS 1983 was technological self-reliance through promotion and development of indigenous technologies. Over the years, in 2003, a new policy with the name of Science and Technology Policy, STP 2003, comes in a market. Its aim was to keep up the pace with the science and technology to stay competitive in the, say, increasingly globalized world, to meet the primary goals in equitable and sustainable development. Then recently in 2013, the fourth STIP were launched, and this time we, Government of India, have launched the STIP 2020. It's a fifth segment and is being formulated at the crucial juncture where India and entire world is facing pandemic and tackling COVID-19. So basically, this policy is integrating the lessons that we are taking in pandemics, including the building a self-reliant Atmanirbhar Bharat India, and by taking advantages of India's strength in R&D sectors, science and technology, huge market that we have, then geographical dividend, diversity and data. So this policy will integrate all this. Now basically, when we talk about the key points, so the key points includes 4 highly interlinked tracks. If we want to classify this policy, or if you want to understand easily for new budding startups or students, so they can understand this policy by understanding the 4 tracks very well. So the track 1, basically it involves an extensive public and expert consultation process through Science Policy Forum, it is basically a dedicated platform for getting inputs from larger public and expert pools and doing and after the policy drafting process. That is track number 1. Track number 2, it comprises the thematic group based consultation and their recommendations into the policy drafting process. Track number 3, basically it involves extensive infra-state and intra-department consultation with the help of ministries and state. And track number 4, it constitutes the apex level multi-stakeholder consultations. So basically this type, we have seen all 4 policies, but this 5th policy, STIP, is very well organized, and I would say it's a well coherent and highly interlinked tracks. And we all know that decade of 2010 to 20 basically is a decade of innovation, and it was declared by, or it was acknowledged by a world that in order to stay competitive, it is necessary now to make a transition to a knowledge-based economy. So these above 4 mentioned interlinked tracks are basically the key features of STIP 2020.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hemant Chaubey, sir. It was really a learning full and very depth, because sometimes the students, the budding entrepreneurs, even the educational professionals may not aware the provisions in the policy which were drafted and announced by the government. So it becomes very essential when we talk about the scopes of the startups in the various fields in the science. So the science and the related all the policies we would like to know first before we go into that. So thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable guidance. Now, as we all know, the Ayurveda and homeopathy have performed a great role during the pandemic situation. Ayurveda blends our modern lifestyle and health-oriented habits with the ancient wisdom of using natural options, medicines and herbs to help us to lead a healthy, happy, stress-free and disease-free life. Ayurveda was officially recognized by World Health Organization in 1976. Ayurveda helped us and improves the quality of our daily life. Exercising, having an active lifestyle, adequate sun exposure, appropriate treatments, and emotional well-being help to have a strong mind and spirit. This leave you with a healthy mind and glowing the skin. We have with us today the expert member as a panel member from Ayurveda field, Dr. Vaibhav sir. Dr. Vaibhav Badane, sir, we would like to understand. Yeah, good afternoon, sir. We would like to understand the saying that Ayurveda is a blessings in the 21st century. How the ancient science, how the old science is always stand ahead when the advanced science sometimes may not. Can you please answer, sir?
First of all, very good afternoon to all of you, and thank you, sir, for inviting me, and thank you, Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University, for considering me and giving me this opportunity to express my gratitude towards Ayurveda. Yes, definitely, sir. Ayurveda is really a blessing in 21st century, and the strength of Ayurveda is seen by the world in this pandemic condition. So the power of Ayurveda from 5,000 years ago, and now we are seeing. Ministry of Ayush make a national clinical management protocol based on Ayurveda and yoga management for COVID-19. So that Ayurveda and yoga play a very important role in boosting our immunity as per the guidelines shared by Health and Family Welfare Department. Using Ayush Kwath, Samshamani Vati, and many other medicines to boost our immunity. in our Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University, we have a Swarrnim Healthcare. In that, we prepare Ayush Squad and we distributed more than 5,000 free Ayush Squad in nearby villages, and we get very good response from them. They feel big, energetic. The people increase their immunity, and we get very positive response from them. So as per जब आयुर्वेद की बात हम करते हैं, as we discuss about Ayurveda is very ancient and very scientific approach towards the health of individual. In Ayurvedic Samhitas, like Charak Samhita, there is very important quotation which states that Swastasya Swastha Rakshanam Aturasya Vikara Prashamanam Cha. I repeat, Swastasya Swastha Rakshanam Aturasya Vikara Prashamanam Cha. This quotation is the aim of Ayurveda. मतलब ये जो quotation है इसका ये है कि जो व्यक्ति स्वस्थ है उसकी स्वस्थ बरकरार रखना, और जो व्यक्ति अनहेल्दी है या जो अस्वस्थ व्यक्ति है, जो बीमार है, उसको उस अवस्था से बाहर निकालना. So the purpose of Ayurveda is the protection of the health of a healthy individual and to remove the toxins or remove the imbalance of unhealthy individual is the main basic aim of Ayurveda. If sir, when we look at around, when we look at our lifestyle, we come across that we consume too much unhealthy food. That is, we use too much fast food. We don't sleep properly. We are always in rush, and there is too much pollution around us. Even we don't breathe pure oxygen. And very important thing that we don't get time for exercise. All these come together to lead us in unhealthy position. And one very important factor, that stress is there, and stress ultimately leads major मतलब heart disease भी हो सकती है, major any kind of diseases can happen due to the stress. And the Ayurveda has very fantastic solution for all these reasons that we have seen just by following the Dinacharya, which is mentioned in Ayurvedic Samhita. Dinacharya, that is the daily routine according to other Ayurveda. If you follow that by just getting early up in the morning, there is a shloka that Brahma Murti Uttishte Jirna Jirna Nirupayan. This shloka states that when we are getting early in the morning, meditate, having healthy and timely food, we do a proper sleep, which gives us a healthy, active life. By following all the techniques, we can achieve our goal of immunity, our work efficiency will increase, and concentration for any startup or concentration for generating new is depending on all these things. मतलब अगर शरीर हमारा स्वस्थ रहेगा तो हम जो सारी चीजें अचीव कर सकते हैं जिनकी हमें जरूरत होती है. That's why Ayurveda is not about the medicine. Ayurveda is the science of life, and Ayurveda is a way of living. For treatment point of view, अगर हम modern science की बात करते हैं और आयुर्वेद की बात करते हैं, तो there is huge difference. Treatment point of view, Western medicine treat patients symptomatically. The patient came to the doctor see the sign and symptom of patient, whereas Ayurveda, Ayurved physician या आयुर्वेद का जो डॉक्टर है, that looks the root cause of any disease. That's why we Ayurvedic people treat the holistic approach of anybody. In Ayurvedic science, we focus mainly on in Ayurvedic science, we deal with 3 doshas, sapta dhatus, 3 malas, and all these constituents have equilibrium for the health. There is very important concept in Ayurveda, that is Agni. When all these dhatus, doshas, and malas are in equilibrium, then state of healthiness is being achieved. There is very important quotation which is present in the Shashruta Samhita, that is Samodoshaha Samagni Samadhatu Malakriya Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha Iti Abhidhyate. I repeat, Samodoshaha Samagni Samadhatu Malakriya prasanna atma indriya manah swastha iti abhidhyate. It is given in the Shushruta Samhita. It mentions the importance of mind and the soul. It's very important for a healthy being. WHO is also accepted that mind is very important when we think about health. That's why we say that Ayurveda treats not only body, but it also treats mind and the soul of the entity. Basically, Ayurveda deals with fruits, vegetables, spices, natural herbs, essential oils for treating diseases without causing any side effects on the patient. And we in Arihant Ayurvedic Medical College, Gandhinagar, is ready to impact the society by using Ayurvedic techniques, Ayurvedic medicine, the society for giving the betterment of the Ayurveda. And that's why we say that the Ayurveda is really a blessing in 21st century. Deep, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable guidance. We have seen during the, especially if I talk about the lockdown period and the upcoming, the Ayurveda plays a very pivotal role, which reaches to the people. Ayurveda Ukala is and the medicines are well known not only in India but in entire world. The other Western countries are following the Ayush Mantralaya and their guidelines. So, which is indeed a proud moment of us. Okay, so moving toward next, there is no doubt to have a good demand and scope of physiotherapists in India and abroad. A physiotherapist, also known as a physical therapist, is a very important member of the healthcare team, where his or her responsibility is to rehabilitate patient, bring back to normal without medicines and by the use of exercise, manual therapy, rehabilitation techniques, and physical activity. My straight questions goes next to Dr. Hitshri Upadhyay. That, ma'am, can you please share? Recently, Government of India has released new education policy. How you see this policy will have a great impact to the healthcare student and the professionals?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, all. And thank you very much, Swarrnim Startup and Innovation University, for making me a part of this panel discussion. I'm very much grateful for this. Getting back to your question, Deep sir. So NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020. So the structure is like 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. And the main aim is to get a high quality education, and it will have a great impact on the quality of healthcare delivery specifically, and in a long run it will also improve the primary and secondary healthcare structures, particularly in the healthcare area of the rural areas. Like, so in India, we have seen we have pluralistic choices for the healthcare. We have buffet of all the healthcare system. So once the World Health Organization has said that India has very variable and patchy healthcare system. So we need to integrate it for the betterment of patient. So our healthcare education system must be integrated. That's the whole point. And what does it mean by integration? That all the allopathic medical students will have to have a basic knowledge or basic understanding of the Ayush and vice versa. So it will be like that. And these move will also facilitate the Ayush, and it will integrate the Ayush in all the levels of the healthcare system, be it primary, secondary, or tertiary. There will be bridge courses for the nurses as well as other healthcare professionals. And we have seen in the COVID-19 situation the role of preventive medicine. So the main point is in every healthcare courses, there will be the preventive and community medicine. The preventive and community medicine will be a part of every healthcare courses. So it will be like that. And apart from this, there will be integration of modern medicine to the traditional medicine. So patient will be get benefited by all of the holistic approach, as sir has already said, that there will be lifestyle modification and there will be modern use of modern medicine too. So its implementation is in question right now. Its implementation is totally dependent upon the center and state government, of course. So we hope for the best for that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hitashri Upadhyay, for sharing the guidance and the learning part on the subject which we have asked the question. Now, so for the audience, please stay connected with us, because there is a twist, there is some surprise at the end, not for you, but for the, of course, with the panel members. So some kind of the unsung tricky questions will be there, which I'm going to ask to the panel member, and let's see how they answers as per that. So before we moving toward the next question to the other panel member, I would like to play here a video, the inspirational quotes, the speeches and the vision given by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji on startup, its ecosystem, innovation and research. It was a very inspirational wording by the Honorable Prime Minister, sir, how the entire ecosystem is been formed, structured and properly planned in India. We are very fortunate to have such a visionary leader as our Prime Minister, because we as an India would like to see our generation not as a job seeker but as a job giver. So we'll move into that very shortly to that video. Before that also we can continue the question. The important question to Dr. D.K. Patel sir is, sir, we heard a lot about online selling of medicines, their benefits and disadvantage regularly. Before sometimes it comes to the newspapers and in the various medias also. Sir, online medicine are easily available these days through various applications. How it affect to local vendors and specific to pharmaceutical sectors? Kindly share your view.
Yes, sir. As far as the pharma is concerned, it will boom, because whether it is online or offline, ultimately the pharma will boom. But yes, online medicines are now available through mobile applications nowadays, and it's honestly, I'll say it's a matter of great debate, because it's have a lot of pros and cons. But yes, personally, I believe it is the need of hour, and we always welcome new technologies. I'll say it's on the other side, as a local vendor, I'll say it's a great opportunity to local vendor also to go online with offline mode of selling. And they need to change some working methodology, and they can also go for online platform also, but it should be done ethically and under the supervision of pharmacies and regulated by government of guidelines. So yes, there are some disadvantages of online, but it is a requirement. So we welcome the new technologies, and the जो ओवरऑल सेक्टर्स की बात करते हैं, तो चाहे ऑनलाइन हो या ऑफलाइन हो, तो एवरीबॉडी आर यूजिंग मेडिसिन्स, एंड सो डेफिनेटली फार्मा तो ग्रो होने वाला ही है सर. तो that's all from my side. सो लोकल वेंडर्स को डरने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि उसमें कुछ ज्यादा कुछ होता नहीं है कि उसको जस्ट थोड़ा चेंजेस कर देंगे कि भाई होम डिलीवरी कर दे, ऑफलाइन ऑर्डर लेना थोड़ा, क्योंकि एवरीथिंग लोकल वेंडर्स भी अभी ये सॉफ्टवेयर यूज कर रहे हैं।
ऑफ कोर्स जब यहाँ पे सर बी अ वॉइस ऑफ द लोकल वेंडर की बात हो रही है और ऑनलाइन माध्यम से जब सेलिंग की भी बात हो रही है, तो कहीं ना कहीं लोकल वेंडर को भी ये एक माहौल ऐसा हो गया है कि अभी ऑनलाइन माध्यम से जो सेलिंग हो रहा है, तो कहीं हमको घाटा ना हो जाए, कहीं हम नुकसान में ना जाए। तो ये चीज पे आपका क्या कहना है सर?
नहीं सर, देखो लोकल वेंडर को भी अपग्रेड होना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये जो ऑनलाइन है तो उसमें ऑनलाइन में क्या है कि ये ऑर्डर लेते, वो घर पे कुरियर आ जाता है, वो डिस्काउंट देते हैं। तो अभी तो ऑफलाइन में भी डिस्काउंट और वो सब चीज रहती है, बट दे ऑफ लोकल वेंडर्स को एक एडवांटेज है कि पेशेंट आएगा तो उसको काउंसलिंग करेगा, उसके साथ एक रिलेशन बनाएगा, तो और उसके घर पे वो होम डिलीवरी करवा देगा। तो डेफिनेटली लोकल वेंडर्स के पास कस्टमर बेस रहेगा। और ऑनलाइन मेडिसिन मंगवा देना, दैट इज नॉट द थिंग ओवर, बट उसको कैसे लेना है, कब लेना है, किसके साथ लेना है, तो वो जो पूरा इंस्ट्रक्शन रहता है, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्ट्रक्शन टू गेट द रिजल्ट। सो वो रिजल्ट लेने के लिए अगर मीन्स ऑफलाइन में अगर काउंसलिंग होता है तो वो डेफिनेटली द पेशेंट विल बेनिफिटेड, बट ऑफलाइन में वो थोड़ा डिसएडवांटेज रहता है। वो लिख के दे देता है कि भाई इंस्ट्रक्शन है, बट नोबडी इज रीडिंग द इंस्ट्रक्शन। तो लोकल वेंडर के पास वो अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि वो काउंसलिंग करे, रिलेशन मेंटेन करे, और अच्छी सी जो रिक्वायरमेंट है उसके हिसाब से उसको समझाए, तो डेफिनेटली कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होने वाला है उसको भी।
सर यही चीज को मैं ये कंटिन्यू करना चाहता हूँ। आई वुड लाइक टू ऑल्सो मेंशन the people who are based at the rural areas, they are very afraid of the same things, because sometimes they may not be upgraded and the techno savvy. So ये क्वेश्चन भी उनकी तरफ से एक आया था। So ये माध्यम से मैंने आपको पूछना चाहता हूँ कि जो लोग गांव में है, वहां वो टेक्नो सेवी इतने नहीं है, तो वो कैसे टेक्नो सेवी होके ऑनलाइन मेडिसिन का भी वो लाभ ले सकते हैं और इसमें कोई नुकसान नहीं है। वो मैं चाहता हूँ ये माध्यम से आपकी तरफ से वो मैसेज जाए।
नहीं, नुकसान तो नहीं है, बट जो लोकल, जो आप बोल रहे हो कि रूरल पीपल है, तो वो जो कस्टमर की बात कर रहे हो, राइट? तो वो जो कस्टमर है तो उनको अभी तो देखो, ये दिस इज 21st सेंचुरी, यानी मैंने अभी देखा है कि मोबाइल हर एक के पास है। Everybody has mobile nowadays. तो मोबाइल अभी तो वो ऑनलाइन अगर उनको मंगवाना है तो ऑनलाइन में वो मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन डाउनलोड करके वो कर सकता है। तो अभी चीज इतनी सिंपल हो गई है मोबाइल के हिसाब से, तो डेफिनेटली उनको भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, क्योंकि सब इजी वे में मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन होता है कि आप। बट द थिंग इज, जो रूरल पीपल है और जो ऐसे लोग हैं, तो उनको ऑनलाइन में भी क्या आता है सर, डायरेक्ट ऑर्डर नहीं आप भेज सकते, उसमें भी आपको प्रिस्क्रिप्शन अपलोड करना पड़ता है। तो वो थोड़ा उनके लिए डिफिकल्ट रहेगा कि वो प्रिस्क्रिप्शन अपलोड करे और वो करे। बट अगर थोड़ा सा भी मैन्युअल्स और वो सब पढ़े तो उसमें वो कर सकते हैं, ऐसा मैं मान सकता हूँ।
जी, थैंक यू सो मच सर। Before moving towards, we have the video ready. We can try one more time, because I do not want to miss the opportunity hereby to convey our audience, specifically to the budding entrepreneurs and young students, the message that has given by our honorable Prime Minister. So we can have the video. I can try one more time before we move toward the next questions.
स्टार्टअप इंडिया के माध्यम से अपने कौशल को अवसर से जोड़ा, अपना स्वयं का उद्यम शुरू किया और अपने जैसे और कई युवाओं को रोजगार भी दिया। यह सब उस बदलते भारत की पहचान है जहां हमारा युवा रोजगार मांगने वाला नहीं, रोजगार देने वाला बन रहा। हम जानते हैं कि किसी भी स्टार्टअप को शुरू करने के लिए जरूरी है कैपिटल, करेज और कनेक्शन। पहले स्टार्टअप में ज्यादातर डिजिटल और टेक्नोलॉजी इसी से जुड़े लोगों की चर्चा हुआ है, और आज एग्रीकल्चर में स्टार्टअप, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में स्टार्टअप, सोशल सेक्टर में स्टार्टअप, यानी हम देख रहे हैं कि स्टार्टअप कमाल करके दिखा है। और खुशी की बात है कि आज एक स्टार्टअप एवरेज औसत 12 लोगों को रोजगार सृजित करता है, 12 लोगों को रोजगार देता है। इसी का परिणाम है कि आज भारत दुनिया में एक बहुत बड़ा स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम है।
देश के हर इंसान के दिल में एक ख्वाब होता है। उस ख्वाब के साथ उसके मन में कुछ विचार भी होता है, आइडियाज भी होते हैं। कुछ लोगों के आइडियाज हर दिन पैदा होते हैं और शाम होते होते बाल मृत्यु हो जाता है। लेकिन कुछ लोग होते हैं जो आइडिया के साथ इन्वॉल्व हो जाते हैं, वो उससे बाहर नहीं निकलते हैं और पूरा परिवार परेशान हो जाते हैं कि ये कुछ करता नहीं, बस इसी में लगा रहता है, किसी से बात नहीं करता है, कुछ यार दोस्तों से नहीं मिल रहा है, क्या हो गया है इसको, कहीं पागल तो नहीं हो गया। लेकिन वही एक दिन कुछ कमाल करके दिखा देता है, तब पूरे परिवार को लगता है नहीं साहब, इसमें तो पहले से ही अच्छा था। शुरू में जब दोस्तों ने सुना होगा, बहुत मजाक उड़ाया होगा, उपहास किया होगा, जाते आते आपको उसी उपनाम से सुनाते होंगे, ये कुछ करने वाला है, ये करने वाला है। फिर एक पल आया होगा, सारी दौर विरोध हुआ होगा, सब दूर परिवार के लोगों ने विरोध किया होगा, नहीं ये नहीं करना है, जाओ कमाओ, नौकरी कर लो, देखो उसका पहचान है, वो नेताजी को जानते हैं, जाओ उसको मिल लो। उस विरोध के बावजूद भी जो टिके होंगे, आज सब लोग कहते होंगे कि यार इसने तो कमाल कर लिया, कुछ ऐसा मुझे भी करना है। हर किसी के स्टार्टअप की जिंदगी की यही कहानी है। एक भीतर से एक ऊर्जा होती है, भीतर में सपने होते हैं, उसके साथ खप जाने का इरादा होता है, तब जाकर के परिस्थितियां पलटती हैं। स्टार्टर की सक्सेस सिर्फ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप क्वालिटी से नहीं है, रिस्क टेकिंग कैपेसिटी, एडवेंचर करने का इरादा, ये उसके साथ जुड़ता है। जो कुछ करने के इरादा से आता है, पैसे उसके लिए बाय प्रोडक्ट होते हैं। और आप सबने देखा होगा कि आप लोगों ने जब शुरू किया होगा, तब आपने बैंक बैलेंस क्या होगा ये कभी नहीं सोचा होगा, लेकिन किसकी जिंदगी में क्या बदलाव लाता हूं यह सोचा होगा, तब हुआ होगा। और स्टार्टअप का मतलब ये तो नहीं है कि हर किसी के पास $1 बिलियन का काम हो रहा है और 2000 लोग काम करें, जरूर नहीं है। 5 लोगों को भी अगर मैं रोजगार देता हूं तो मेरा स्टार्टअप मेरे देश को आगे बढ़ा रहा है। एक साइकोलॉजिकल चेंज लाना है कि यूथ के दिमाग में जॉब सीकर की मानसिकता से उसको बाहर लाना है, वो जॉब क्रिएटर बने। और एक बार उसके दिमाग में आ गया कि मुझे 2 लोगों की जिंदगी को बस संभालना है, वो कर ले। अगर मिलियन प्रॉब्लम है तो बिलियन माइंड भी तो हमारे देश में है। हर स्टार्टअप के पीछे कोई न कोई समस्या के समाधान का इरादा रहना चाहिए। और जब किसी स्टार्टअप के पास समस्या के समाधान का इरादा होगा तो उसकी संतोष का लेवल भी कहीं कुछ और होगा। तो किसी की जिंदगी में बदलाव लाता है तो उसको एक सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलता है। और इसलिए मैं वो कुछ करके दिखाऊं जिसमें मैं जॉब क्रिएटर बनूं, मैं वो कुछ करके दिखाऊं कि जिसके कारण किसी की जिंदगी में मैं काम आऊं, मैं वो कुछ करके दिखाऊं तो मेरे देश को एक कदम आगे ले जाने में मेरा भी कोई योगदान हो। इतना भी अगर सपना लेकर के हम चलते हैं, हम बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं।
See what the powerful speech it was. The clear message with so much dedicated efforts putting by the government for the today's generation, which we wanted to see, rather not to have a job seeker kind of the mindset, but to job giver. So that was the from the honorable Prime Minister, former Chief Minister of Gujarat, and now the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Now moving toward the next question to our honorable panel member, Dr. Nilesh Patel sir. Sir, as recently government has mentioned, the government of India is putting lots of efforts on the startup ecosystem development. Can you please share the major highlights of central government and Gujarat state government policy to boost up the startups and the budding entrepreneurs?
Definitely. Government of India has taken lots of steps in the recent years to boost up the startups in India. As well, state governments have over the past few years, for example, Make in India, then Stand Up India, Startup India, and one more is the AIM platform. AIM stands for Atal Innovation Mission. Actually, I want to inform to all the viewers that there are continuous startup competitions held by this AIM platform. AIM is basically Atal Innovation Mission run by the government of India. Under this platform, they are arranging startup competitions. So those who are thinking about the startups or want to be an entrepreneur, for them, all these schemes are major milestones. As far as state governments are concerned, means in Gujarat, if I say in Gujarat is tremendously doing well in the startup. Obviously, we are having entrepreneur heart, Gujaratis, right? And along with the actions taken by government of Gujarat, now it is just like Sonama Sugandh. So government of Gujarat has taken two major steps in startups related policies. One is the IT and electronics policy for startup. And second one is the student startup and innovation policy, that is called SSIP cell. In fact, by introducing this SSIP cell in Gujarat, now Gujarat government has done one remarkable job. They have motivated thousands of students from various universities to do to think about the startups. Previously, it was not there in the curriculum or even not in co-curriculum anywhere when we were studying this undergraduate or postgraduate. Nowadays, every student is knowing what is SSIP and how the startups we can create. So that is nothing but the output of the action taken by the central government and the state government. One more thing I would like to highlight about the efforts by the state government under the SSIP is the iHub activities. So I recommend viewers to participate in the events held by the iHub under SSIP. They really planning various activities to develop the entrepreneur ecosystem developments for startup. So all these are the efforts made by the central government and state government. It is really appreciating matter now. State and central governments are thinking about the startup.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Sir, the next question is also I would like to ask you only. because the technology talks are ongoing in the flow and the startup opportunities we have discussed. Sir, according to you, in the next 5 years, which are the major thrust areas in the technology field where the startup opportunities are lying? I am very sure because this question is specific to the students of the first year and the final year, from first year till the final year in the engineering field, whether they are in the electrical, civil, mechanical, auto, computer, or any engineering field. The question is very important because they would like to associate with the thrust areas from beginning of their career so that they can have their successful startup. So which are the 5 such thrust areas in the next 5 years? Which are the major thrust areas where the startup opportunities are lying in the technology field?
Okay, in technology field, a number of areas are there where students can think about the startups. But if we focus on the major thrust area, so I would suggest few of them, and one is the Internet of Things, IoT. We call it IoT. For a computer and not only for computer or IT engineers, it is applicable to all engineers. Means IoT would be the next technology in future. If I give the example of IoT based application, suppose if you want to control some apparatus of your home or your office from the remote location, the way we are using that technology, that is nothing but the part of IoT, Internet of Things. So that is, there is tremendous potential in this field. So I must recommend engineers for thinking towards this first thrust area. One more is electrical vehicles. As far as electrical engineering and mechanical or automobile engineering students are concerned, in the coming days, there is a huge business opportunities in the electrical vehicles. See, some developed countries has already implemented electrical vehicles in the large quantity. In the coming years, India is also going to have more number of electrical vehicles on the road. So there are a number of opportunities of startups in the electrical vehicle. Electrical vehicle technology consists of combination of automobile, electrical supply system as well as the mechanical parts. So a number of small or the large startups could be possible in this field. So this is one where we can think upon. Another one is the artificial intelligence field. This area, artificial intelligence, would be, again, we can say it would be the next future after a few decades, right? Though it has some challenges right now we are facing, but now we are in a stage in technology field, we are in a stage to implement at some level the artificial intelligence. And due to that, our social, or we can say the impact of technology on the lifestyle has increased. So in the coming years, our startups related with the artificial intelligence would be having great potential. Then, see, as far as India is concerned, I must focus on the farming technology-based startup. See, the large amount of revenue we are observing is from agriculture field. Even consumption is large there, even the production is large there. Though we have the enough land and enough challenges are over there, so we can, being the farmer-based country, we need to find some solutions which can help the farmers to grow their life or to boost their lifestyle. Right now, some issues are currently going on politically. So there are a lot of scopes to develop startups related to farming technology. So these are the thrust area where students can think about.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for the answer. Now, my next question is to Dr. Hemant Chaubey, sir. Sir, we believe and we agree that research is a very, very important. Research and data analysis are the very, very important for growth of any enterprise, especially when they are the startup, young enterprise. So, sir, my question is, present research lab and infrastructure setup, which are there in our country for the startup, and according to you, which are the major improvement areas where we need to incorporate with the passages of the time, changing of the time? Can you please share your guidance on this, sir?
Okay, when we talk about research laboratories and when we talk about infrastructural support, so first of all, we all have to understand the concept of infra. That in infrastructure, infra refers to a foundation basically. It's a framework on which something is built on. Now, that is basically divided into two parts. That is physical asset, or we can say tangible part, in which building, equipment, research laboratories, physical computers, hardware, libraries, and human resource come. And the other part in infra is intangible, or we can say knowledge asset, in which various softwares, internet bandwidth, connectivity, accessibility, credentials fall. So as in the beginning of the session, our respected provost sir have mentioned that without strengthening the scientific laboratories, without strengthening the infrastructure, the startups cannot possible. So the same happened in India since last 70, 80 years, 60 years. So after the laying down of Department of Science and Technology in the year of 1973, many new S&T departments and laboratories were set up basically and started pursuing scientific research in the organized manner. And then in 2000, and at the same time, without proper funding, no research activity can be fruitful, no startup can be formed. So in the year of 2000, the government have initiated FIST, the Fund for Improvement of Science and Technology Infrastructure in various universities and in higher institutes to rebuild S&T infrastructure in country along with startups. Then comes the Startup India initiatives. That is very recent, I would say. In the year 2015, our Honorable Prime Minister Modi Sahib have introduced that campaign, Startup India, and it is believed that as a milestone given by him, and it is a coherent path for new startups. And I would suggest that, I would say even that made our country has given a path our country to be a really self-reliant. Now that Startup India is a very big campaign that is classified into 3 segments. So the action plan of Startup India for startups is number 1 is simplification and hand holding. Now in simplification part, if any new student or budding is going to start anything new, so what kind of legal support that they are looking for, he is looking for, then patent regarding matter, IPR related points, easy exit policies were included in the first category, that is simplification. Now the second category in Startup India campaign is funding, support and incentives, in which government have started giving proper fundings to new startups based on credit guarantees, and even government have started giving tax exemptions also. The third part is industry academia partnership, because every startup is incubated and nurtured in proper institutional arena. So that partnership and incubation point was very important for that. Along with that, Make in India, Mudra Yojana for proper loans for startups, Setu, that is very important, self-employment and talent utilization fund, Setu was very good part. E-bus portal, that I believe is one kind of unique portal in which it integrates basically more than 14 regulatory permissions and license on a single point, and that enables the faster clearance. Somebody is willing to start a business or start enterprise, so this kind of e-biz portal is very a unique concept. Then royalty tax, government have reduced the royalty tax to startup firms by 10 to 25%. So these are the infrastructural support that we are getting for startups. Now, particularly if I talk about science, then the core ambition of such scientific research has been backed up and supported by Department of particularly Science, Department of Biotechnology, DBT, along with Department of Science and Technology, DST, in the form of early stage funding to scientific startups. Also, there has been a growth in government-run new organizations, programs that support entrepreneurship, such as Nilesh sir also mentioned that Atal Innovation Mission, and alternatively funding sources like Startup India. And one more research laboratory I would talk about, that is BIREC, that is Biotechnology Industry Research Assistant Council. That is a not-for-profit organization set up by DPT, has supported several hundreds of science-based, biotech-based companies and science-based startups and entrepreneurs over the at its inception. Now, if we look at all these points, it seems that things are going in a motion, things are in a smooth way. But if somebody is asking us, these are all enough, we are going in a full-fledged, so my answer would be no. Why? Let me tell you one very common example, that as per the World Bank report, that World Bank report on ease of doing business, out of 189 countries, out of 189 economics, India ranked 142, well behind. So things are not that easy. Starting any enterprise, starting any startup, starting any business is not that easy in our country still today, though major improvements we have seen in last decade, last 5 years or so, but improvements are needed. Simultaneously, some improvements, some corrections are needed in government sectors and from policymakers, like do not force fit a model to all kind of incubators. Now, depending on the type of startup, their domain focus, government should allow each incubator to evolve its own model, which is not happening till date. So that change must be there. Now that evolving its own model, that means it includes basically incubation period, infrastructural support, technical and business mentoring. So basically government should provide grants for startups that build hardware-based products to enable them to reach MVP stages when they can attract investments. So some modifications, some improvements are needed from investors and researcher side also. So basically India actually needs truly early stage investors, where it is needed very well, or on the urgent basis. Similarly, for researchers they need to spend some more time to understand that what is the real world's problem in industry and society, so their research can have proper purpose. And if we are looking at the European countries, and we are setting them as a reference, so in a European country or in American countries, they have started a 3D printing as a advanced level. So for example, if I take one example of Ford is a famous car company that manufactures manufacturing vehicle parts in 4 days now using 3D printer. Now, because earlier time with the help of traditional method, they were using 4 months. Now it is taking 4 days. Similarly, NASA, we all know, that is a very most notable federal agency. Now they are developing and using 3D printer technique. Why? For producing a prototype and assets for space travel. So when European countries and American countries now started increasing more funding for for institutions for researching on this kind of technology. Another example where we are lacking is supercomputers. So that national supercomputer mission was established in 2017, but still on this paper. Many of the universities in India is not having that supercomputers. Same way for robotics, high-tech laser engraving, rapid prototype laboratory, app development lab, app testing lab, virtual reality system, and many more. These are the sectors where I believe government really an early intervention and their initiation are really needed for further improvement and growth, sir.
I really appreciate Dr. Hemant Chaube, sir, to have a very clear answer, very honest answer, and with all the data, fact, and the figures. Uh, uh, as you mentioned very correctly, many are the other areas where the improvements are still chances of improvements are there, because as per the World Bank report, even India is not, we are not considering in top 10 countries for each business doing. So also this is the area where we all have to see. Though we understand and agree, since last 10 years a drastic change and transformation have taken place, but still there is a long way to go ahead in that. Okay, so my next question is to Dr. Hetashri Upadhyay. There are a lot of scopes in physiotherapy sectors, and it is considered as one of the most promising career option. So let me go inside of these and know from field expert like you, is that are there any obstacles in the physiotherapy field at present? And if so, then please share, and also let us know the startup opportunities lying in the physiotherapy sector, because physiotherapy sector and the startups are somewhere unsung. People are not very aware, but we are very sure that a lot of some innovative and the startup opportunities lying in these sectors, and some startups were also there. So please share your views on to these to our audiences. Dr. Hetashri.
Yes, thank you, sir. So there are not many challenges or obstacle, I would say, in the physiotherapy field, but of course there is a need of advanced physiotherapy services. As we compare our physiotherapy services to that of the United States, we'll see that they have the huge rehabilitation setups with best of technology, best of equipment, and with many professionals in every orthopedic and neurological hospitals. And here we are lacking that. So if we talk about sports physiotherapy in 2004, you must remember so Sachin Tendulkar has a tennis elbow. He got tennis elbow, and he went abroad and got operated for the same. In the 2006, I think Indian hockey player Sandeep Singh got shot accidentally, and we India sent him to Netherlands at very heavy cost. So I think the advanced physiotherapy services is lacking here, and we know that the Union Budget 2021 government has put pressure on the taking machine learnings and incorporating artificial intelligence AI into the health sector and into the making of the medical equipment. So I think this is the right time. So with the best line of the treatment, with the best technology, and with best equipment, we can attract more and more patients, not only from the other states, but also from the other countries. So we can encourage medical tourism. That's the point. We can encourage medical tourism. We can build inpatient rehabilitation department for the physiotherapy. So right now we have the OPDs, outpatient departments at every physiotherapy center, but we are lacking that IPDs so that we can accommodate patient for while they are having the physiotherapy treatment. So that would be my point. And other than that, as I already mentioned about the AI and artificial intelligence, so in the physiotherapy particularly, in the assessment part, for the assessment part and to make the proper diagnosis of the patient, for the detailed observation and detailed assessment of specific movement and specific biomechanics of the joint and the muscles, we have to have that kind of artificial intelligence incorporated equipment and of course, we can use the AR, augmented reality, for that. So that is our future, of course. And for the treatment purposes, we can use robots. We can use hand robots. We can use arm robots, leg robots, whole extremity robots for the paralytic patients to make them move as early as possible. So also we can incorporate VR and XR to those kind of equipments, and trust me, very few centers in India are having this kind of technology right now. So we can manufacture this kind of technology, of course. And for the exercise protocol, I would like to say we can gamify every exercise protocol. We can make them personalized, and gamification of the exercise protocol. We make patient more happier doing those kind of exercises, and make them more interesting, right? So we can go for the gamification of the exercise. Then apart from this, I'd like to share some thoughts on the data management. So data management for the physiotherapy exercises and for the physiotherapy protocols for each and every patient. So we should have those kind of softwares for the data management, so that, and it should be mandatory for every center, so that we can, we can build evidence, we can build a scientific proof, and it can be beneficial for further research. So that's a thing. Then apart from this, I'd like to say that we can build apps at after COVID-19 situation. People are becoming more aware about their health, about their fitness, and they are going for the telemedicine. Online physiotherapy sessions are happening here. So we can build, of course, those kind of apps. And we have right for the teleconsultation, we have 1mg, we have cure.fit app, then the healthyfied.me for the diet plans and all of that. So but for this, I think the engineers and doctors need to build a team, as these kind of apps and softwares are built by the engineers. So no offense, but they have very less idea about the practical life of the physiotherapist, for the time management of the physiotherapist and the patient. So we can build a team up, and yeah, we can go for this. We can act upon this. It is a need of time right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your views. Now, my next question is with Dr. Vaibhav, sir. Dr. Vaibhav, I would like to ask where you find the startup innovation opportunities in Ayurveda industry. So the healthcare professions, especially attached to the Ayurveda field, the students who are studying there, studying in Ayurveda field, can get enriched, educate through your answer. Where do you find the startup opportunities in Ayurveda?
Thank you, Deep sir, for asking me this question. Sir, as I have told, Ayurveda has its unique science approach. There are thousands of shlokas present in Ayurvedic Samhitas, and many have potential to develop one startup. Our ancient acharyas are real scientists of Ayurveda and had done a lot of research. They make various permutation combinations to make Ayurvedic medicine. For that purpose, in Ashtanga Hridaya, there is one quotation. It states that idam agam siddhatvat pratyaksha phaladarshana mantravat prayoktavyam na mimamsam kathamchana. This statement indicates the potential of Ayurveda, which is the need of our. When we talk about the startup in Ayurveda, like fitness club, Zumba clubs, and nutritional clubs, when we talk about Ayurveda, we can start with Dinacharya clubs, where we actually teach people how to follow the daily routine for good health. In this Dinacharya club, we are guiding people how to get early in the morning. In Dinacharya Adhyay, they have mentioned the Brahma Muhurte Uttishte Jirna Jirna Nirupayana. What is the exact meaning of this shloka and how we become healthy by following Dinacharya? Also, like Dinacharya, there is Rutucharya is mentioned in Ayurvedic Samhitas. By getting early in the morning, Shaut Vidhi, Dant Dhavan, Abhyanga, Vyayam, Udvartan, Snan, all these things are mentioned in a very good sequence. By following just of this, we can achieve the health goals. Like Dinacharya clinics, we can start diet clinics, where we guide the Ayurvedic dietetics to the people. For example, what is the healthy food and what is unhealthy food? What is the concept of Yuddhahar? What food items should be benefited to us? We talk about Ayurvedic diet, that is Mudgayush, Manda, Peya, Vilepi. There are many recipes are present in Ayurvedic texts which we can directly use to become healthy. One can start a specialty clinic in Ayurveda like Rudro clinic, geriatric diseases या जो बूढ़े लोग होते हैं उनके लिए हम geriatric clinic start कर सकते हैं. पंचरत्न सेटअप हम कर सकते हैं. रसायन clinic is very important for in this pandemic situation. We are using the herbal drugs for getting our immunity to boost. For that, rasayan clinic play a very important role. It actually boosts our immunity and it teaches us to healthy active lifestyle. One can start a musculoskeletal clinic, spine clinics. There are many specialty branches present in Ayurveda, so anybody can start this. There is one concept in Ayurveda that is Prakruti. So one can start a Prakruti by clinical practice. By doing this, they achieve their health goals. Ayurvedic medicine have proved many times for that to develop new Ayurvedic dosage form of classical Ayurvedic formulation is the need of hour. And there are some franchise clinics which are already started in India and abroad, like Kesha Ayurveda. It is the franchise clinic which provide health related problems which treated with the help of Ayurveda. Like Madhavbag is there, it is for heart disease. Jiva Ayurveda is working on the field in the field of Ayurveda. It is the first Ayurvedic medicine startup. Then we talk about Vaidyanath. They have Ayurvedic therapy clinic. They do free Ayurvedic consultation, and there is a lot of government support or Ayush Internship Development Program organized by Ministry of MSME to promote Ayush sector for the betterment of Ayurveda. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Vaibhav, sir. So now, as I promised to the audience, it is a time for having some quick, rapid twist in the conversation. We are hearing the expert views through the industry stalwarts, various industry stalwarts they are having with us right now. So we on the subjects of the scope of the startup in the various field. So now it is a time to hear some unsung answers from the key panel members. So are you ready, panelists? Respected panel members, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We are also excited.
Easy. Okay. So I would like to go with the Dr. D.K. Patel, sir, first.
Yeah.
There is a very interesting question which I think all the people wanted to know. Why majorly doctors' handwriting are so extraordinary?
I hope, sir, कि कोई डॉक्टर ना सुने आंसर मेरा.
मैंने वर्ड इसके लिए यूज किया है कि इनके हैंड राइटिंग एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी क्यों होते हैं. मैंने और कोई वर्ड नहीं यूज किया है.
Okay, I think a lot of patient to be seen, and the doctors have, I think, no more time to spend with this patient. So I believe that that may be the answer.
ओके, बट सर हैंड राइटिंग तो ऐसा है कि जो बचपन से आप हैंड राइटिंग जो आपका डेवलप हुआ है, दैट कैन नॉट बी चेंज. सो हैव दे फिक्स देयर माइंड टू बिकम अ डॉक्टर सिंस दे आर इन द फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड?
No, सर, ऐसा नहीं होता. बचपन में तो अच्छा होता है हैंड राइटिंग, बट जो प्रेशर होता है आफ्टर बिकमिंग डॉक्टर एंड व्हेन दे आर ऑब्जर्विंग द पेशेंट, एंड बहुत सारी लाइन बाहर रहती है, तो उनको माइंड में एक प्रेशर रहता है कि जल्दी जल्दी वो पेशेंट्स को देखे, तो इसके हिसाब से. बट नाउ दिस थिंग्स आर चेंज बिकॉज नाउ एवरी डॉक्टर्स आर यूजिंग द कंप्यूटर बेस्ड सॉफ्टवेयर. सो आई थिंक the doctor can understand कि अभी मैक्सिमम वो अगर यूज करे वो कंप्यूटर बेस्ड एप्लीकेशंस.
जी. Okay, thank you sir. So my next question is with Dr. Nilesh Patel sir. Dr. Nilesh Patel sir, very quick questions, and I appreciate to have a quick answer. That technology makes life easier. We believe, and we experience also, technology makes life easier, but same time it creates a dependency also. What is your view, sir?
Correct. Technology has made life very easy. At the same time, it has created dependency, and as a consequence of this dependency, what happened? Human beings means we are being made some lazy also. And see, one another consequence of this dependency is that now, due to this technology or the use of this technology, human became self-centered. Okay, suppose I'm spending a lot of time in my mobile or the laptop or other gadgets rather than spending time with the family or other friends. So because I'm feeling very easy with all these gadgets, not spending more time with the friends or the family members, means I became self-centered. That is the dark side of the technology.
Okay. Yes sir. So I think some internet connectivity issue may be there. Okay, so my next question is with Dr. Hemant Chaubey. Actually, Dr. Hemant Chaubey is known as a person with, having a discipline and a perfect executor the task whatever he has been allotted. So, sir, we wanted to know the memorable punishment you received during your school life.
Okay, so since we all have received punishment by our teachers in childhood. But मेरे केस में if I remember, if you talk about memorable, वैसे तो हर कुछ महीने पनिशमेंट मिलती थी डॉक्टर टीचर से, बट एक I think I was in
here I would like to pay an attention. I would like to have the audience to pay an attention who are specifically the science students at Dr. Chaubey's students. So please pay your attention here. Now you please tell, sir.
So I think in class 4th or 5th or 6th, I believe, and we were playing cricket in a classroom में हम खेल रहे थे, and there were a group of my friends were playing, और suddenly ट्यूबलाइट टूट गई क्लास की, and I was caught, और बाकी सब छटक गए, मैं फंस गया उसमें, and teacher caught me. फिर उसके बाद जो हुआ, there were 2 periods of sports every week. So मेरे को 1 महीने की जो पेनल्टी मिली है, that means you can sit on the bench, you cannot play cricket. All my friends were playing and I was just sitting there for 1 month. That was very awkward. Today it looks funny, but at that time it was very difficult situation for me. That was my biggest punishment.
So sir, so it is mean that now any students playing any game in your classroom, you will not give the same punishment which you have You
No,
have
I will
been
not give the same punishment. I will give penalty, financial penalty.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you very much. Now, my next question is to Dr. Hitashri Upadhyay. Ma'am, we would like to know the transformation of college life for the student in last 15 years, because when the student is in the 7th standard or 8th standard, he or she is very eager to go and enjoy the college life. But I would like to know from you, from your notable and rich experience, that special transformation of the college life has happened in the last 15 years.
Yeah, actually, college life has become more interesting. Every student is studying and they are enjoying everything, right? And the teachers and professors are becoming more like their friends and guide, of course. So every session is becoming more interactive, and it is a smart generation, of course. So they are finding various resources from the social medias, and they are finding various topics and research, and they are it is truly smart generation. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, coming back to the Dr. Vaibhav sir, sir, which are the two brands you believe that got failed due to non-transformation and upgradation with the passage of the time?
तो स्पेसिफिकली बात करें तो नोकिया की बात हम कर सकते हैं.
Yeah, the best example. Some connectivity is there, sir.
सबसे बेस्ट ब्रांड था सर मेरा नोकिया फोन, लेकिन ड्यू टू नॉन ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इन टेक्नोलॉजी एंड बाइंडिंग विद सिम्बल्स दे फेल्ड. नोकिया इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल. Another one is Kodak camera. These two examples. I think Yahoo is also the example. The Google is totally finished the Yahoo.
Okay, okay, sir. So yeah, of course, the Nokia has come back with the upgradation of the technology, and they come back with the market with lots of advertisement on the television and the print media. But you were right. Before some years, it were completely oblivion from the market. So my next question is to Dr. Divyakant Patel, sir. Sir, we all would like to know your role model in the life and the major reasons to have such dignitary as your role model in your life, sir.
Sir, my role model is बहुत जानते नहीं होंगे आप शायद, but I don't know, डॉक्टर स्नेह देसाई. अगर नाम सुना है तो मैं उनको मेरा रोल मॉडल मानता हूँ, because I attended, I listened him many times, and he developed the positive minds of mine. He developed the rich mind, how to think, how to behave, or how to spend time with family, and they taught me many things. And really, and one more thing, I am also associated with one project of Fit Bharat Mission of Dr. Sneha Desai. So every day and every week we are contacting each others, and really I'm motivated by listening him. So I'm following to Dr. Sneha Desai, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Actually, he's a very famous personality, and you mentioned very rightly, his talks, his experience sharings were really praiseworthy and noteworthy, that can transform the life, that can change the paths of the people, and many followers are there of Dr. Sneha Desai. So, thank you very much to all panelists here and the chief guest to spare their valuable time and share their expert views on the subject of the event. I'm sure the audience of this talk show take the valuable knowledge and the mammoth learning with themselves today. We promise whenever we have a live session such in the coming time, you will enjoy, learn, and upgrade yourself. So stay connect with India's first startup and innovation university. We are coming up with importance and role of branding, role of patent, research, finance in startup ecosystem very soon, because there are many elements in the startup. Finance is just one part, but besides the finance, research, branding, patent, and the other areas are there: legal aspects, outreaching, public relation, the co-working space, which need to explore to the budding entrepreneurs. And we are sure with very soon we come with the learning full session for our budding entrepreneur. Here I would like to also announce we are associating with CIMSME for the Global Startup and Innovation Summit scheduled on January 28, 29, 30, 2021, where more than 30 plus countries experts are joining with us. Startup India is also joining on this global summit event, where we are also joining as an associate partner. So I would like to request the budding entrepreneurs, the educational professionals, the audiences to please stay connected with us for the upcoming activities list. We are here to develop, nurture your ideas to the next level. So feel free to communicate with us if you have any innovative idea, if you have any innovative thoughts which can transform into the business model. We are here to take care of your idea. Swarrnim Incubation Center provides extensive support, care to you all, and take care that your idea, the passion which you possess for the entrepreneurship can go to the next level. Thank you so much again, all the panelists, for joining with us.
Thank you, Deep sir.